Hi, everyone. So this is a part two to this coloring page. I did a first impressions of this creative inspirations water-soluble gel crayons. I just did that video and I started working on this page. So it's just going to be a continuation of that. I'm going to work some more on it, see how it comes out. I already added one layer to the whole background. So the front part of this, the water, the plants and the two bunny rabbits here. This was all done in the girl's hair, all done in Starjoy color pencils. So the background I just put in the last video, I just put in a layer, two layers down here, one layer on top from the Creative Inspiration gel crayon. And what I'm going to try to do in this page is I'm going to be adding more all over the page and see if I can make it more vibrant by putting these water-soluble crayons on top of the color pencil that I already put in. So again, but her dress is from these crayons. I use this crayon for the dress, but her skin and hair, and again, the plants and the water is all color pencil. It's all Starjoy color pencil. So I just want to see how this turns out in the end with putting the crayons all over this page. So I'm going to start with the background. I want to add some more. I put one layer on. I really need two layers, I think, to get a good color. It's pretty much that way with all water-soluble crayons. You need a couple of layers, or watercolor pencils. You need a couple, 2 or 3 layers. You can do more. It's always multiple layers, whether it's color pencil or water-soluble pencils or crayons. You want to get that vibrancy. You want to put multiple layers on there. That is what I'm going to do. So, and if this, I can use this over the color pencil and make it more vibrant. That's even better. It's added layer of making it more, it's more vibrant, right? It's the only word I can think of. More colorful. Or just to make certain areas pop more, maybe not the whole thing, but just to make the shadows maybe darker and certain colors stand out more. That's what I'm thinking of doing here. But of course, you might just want to make the whole page. Now I'm going to try taking some of the color from the tips. I got a little area right here, the bunny rabbit. I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see better. So this little space right here, because these are big, thick crayons, it's more challenging to get in the little spaces. So I'm just transferring it over. And it works very well that way. Transferring over, you can get the color right to the tip of the water brush. The water brush is just damp. It's not, I'm not using a lot of water here. It's just very little water. These dissolve very quickly, very easily. Even though they're very thick and creamy, you might think, oh, it's going to take a lot of water to dissolve that. But no, it dissolves very quickly. So so it fills in the background very easy. You know, we all get so many pages that have these big backgrounds, these big blank backgrounds to fill in. So this definitely a helpful tool. All right, so now what I'm thinking of doing is I want to make the sides of the water. Let me zoom out a little. I want to see putting this on top of the color pencil. So I have several layers of color pencil already down here. So I want to see how these crayons do going on top of several layers of color pencil. This is a very oily, Starjoy is kind of an oily pencil. So it's very flat, smooth, finish. It's very nice. I like oil pencils. Um, let's see how the gel crayons do. So this the colors are not written on these crayons. It's like a dark blue here. It's like a purplish, kind of slightly purplish blue. See, very dark, vibrant color. Look at that. Let's see how it goes. Now I'm going to. It doesn't smudge so much. You see, I'm pressing hard with my finger. It doesn't really move. It just lifts up the color. These are non-toxic, so I'm not worried about getting them on my fingers. But you see very little smudging, a little bit of a smudge. If I press really hard, I'm pressing really hard, you get just a little bit of smudging. That's pretty much all it will do. But if you add the water, boom, it moves right away. Dissolves immediately. And this is just, again, this brush is just damp. I didn't squeeze the brush. It's not, I'm not using a lot of water here, very little. And look at that, it goes right on top of the colored pencil. Now it is looking a little streaky though, because I am putting it on this layer of smooth kind of, how to describe it, waxy, I guess a waxy sheen on there already. So I'm basically putting crayon on top of like a smooth surface, like metal or something. It's not going to, there's, in other words, there's no two pores for this to dissolve into. So, but you know, it looks like it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look, at first it looked kind of streaky, but I think it's, let's see up close, it's a little bit streaky, but not too bad. Let me see. Let me try this side now. It's just moving around. It moves around a lot here on top of the color pencil. So this might not, maybe use like just a little bit of it on top. I put a lot of this crayon on top of the color pencil, so maybe just a little bit less crayon next time. Maybe just a light layer would have worked better, perhaps. Be less streaky. Let me see. That's not too bad. I think it's all right. It'll. Yeah, I don't think that looks too. What do you think? It's not too streaky. Just a little bit. It does give you that nice dark, vibrant look that I was looking for. Okay, it's a little damp still. A little bit more here. Now I'm adding a second layer. I'm really tempting fate now here. Let's see if I can get it really dark. Yeah, maybe I squeeze my brush, my water brush here, maybe add a little more water, maybe dissolve it a little more. Yeah, it's a bit of a sudden break there. I'm gonna try taking it from the tip of the pencil now, maybe get a more subtle gradient here. These are working well. They are staying on top of the color pencil. It's not balling up or anything, or it's getting in there. It's sticking to the color pencil. Oh, yeah. So I think this is going to be. So besides doing backgrounds, I think these pencils will come in handy to make large areas more shaded if it doesn't look, if it didn't come out quite as dark as you might like. Yeah, add a little more here. Really, this paper is not made for watercolor or anything or water. It gets it gets crinkly, so I'm pushing the boundaries here with the paper and everything, using a lot of water and whatnot. But It's a good book though. It does hold up very well, better than some others. It's a medium thick paper, you know, almost there with watercolor. You can use a little bit of water on this paper. But yeah, I think that's works very well. These crayons on top of several layers of watercolor, or excuse me, of color pencil. Now I'm gonna try making it a little darker with the leaves. I'm gonna make it a little green. I'm just gonna put it right across. There are a lot of little details here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just put this darker green to make it dark at the bottom there. I'm going to squeeze out some water, but I'm wiping off my brush, making it as dry as possible. As want damp. You only need it to be a little damp to get this to dissolve. It dissolves right away. This crayon, very vibrant. And you know, when you're putting this on, I'm noticing that when I put this on top of color pencil that's already there, it's much more vibrant. Like I don't need a second layer if I don't want to. It looks like it's yeah, because it stays on top of the color pencil, so the color is much the vibrancy of the color of the crayon just immediately shows. So you don't need to do multiple layers. So I think I only need to do multiple layers when I'm putting the crayon on top of paper, plain paper, because it's being soaked into the pores. Whereas when I put the crayon on top of color pencil, it's not soaking in, it's staying right on top. So we're getting a nice bright, vivid color, pigmented color here with just one layer. And look at that. It's great. So these work very well on top of color pencil as well as on paper itself. Yeah, this is great. This is like a yellow ochre kind of color, it looks like. Make this for the bunny rabbits here. I made them sort of a brown color. So I'm going to mix this color, this yellow ochre color, with brown color I have here. So I'm going to try mixing two colors together here. Put a little brown down here. Let's see how they mix together here. All right. Yeah. I could have just mixed these together on a palette first and then brought it over. I just decided to mix it because these dissolve so well. I'm just mix it right on the page. I feel like it's working pretty well. Again, I am using this on top of a color pencil. I had a couple of layers of color pencil already on the rabbits. So this is, you just need very little of the gel crayon on top of that. Now with her hair, I have this rusty kind of color here. It's like a brownish, reddish color, which I think would go well with the hair. I'm going to try making her hair more vibrant as well. I'm just going over that. So again, I'm using the crayon, the gel crayon on top of several layers of color pencil already on there. So it should stay. I'm going to clean off my brush. So this should be stay very vibrant. Just one layer. Or kind of an ombre look, maybe. Dark on the bottom, light on the top. Yeah. And just for fun, I'm going to put on the top, I've got this orangey kind of color. So quick and easy to use these. You could color a page in no time using these crayons and a water brush. There, look how bright that looks. Very, very good. Very good. Now I'll try putting some shading. I think her legs and let me see, maybe the dress. I'm bringing the darker purple. I use like a lilac color. I make it a little darker on the inside there in the shaded areas. Take it straight from the tube there. Not bad. When you take it from the tube, it's like you only get a little bit of color at a time. You'd have to do it several times that way. So I think it's just for me, it looks better to just use it the crayon directly on the paper for the most part. But yeah, they work great. I think it's really bringing out this picture much more very quickly and easily too. Getting more dramatic lighting looking. So what else? Let me see. I think I got two pinks in here by accident. I don't know if it's just me or if, oh no, it's a slightly different pink. Okay, now that I look at it, this looks more like an orangey pink, and this is more of a pink pink. At first, I thought they looked the same. Um, I think for her skin, which one do I want to use? The orangey pink. Yeah, so you've got this pink with this red. You have this pink with this red. So you have like slightly different reds here. It's like a darker red, lighter red, an orangey pink, or a reddish pink here. So at first glance, you might think they're the same color when you look at the tubes in the box, but they're actually different. So slight, slightly more yellow in this one, the yellow with the orangey one. So I want to use that one and sort of go over her skin. Now her skin already has the color pencil layers on top of it. So I'm putting this on top of the color pencil that's already there. That should show up pretty brightly. And you can just really make she looks a little more colorful here, a little more alive, I think. That made it a very light tone from the color pencils. So this is a great way to just bring up the saturation of your picture if you feel like you didn't get the vibrancy you wanted with color pencils. You just want to get a quick shadow in, quick vibrant look. But again, this is probably isn't the best for details They are so big. The tubes. We do have a gray color. I'm thinking of putting a little bit of shading here. So there is a gray crayon as well. I'll just put that a little bit for the shaded parts of the legs. There's also a black I could use. I'm gonna try gray first. The gray looks kind of light. I don't know. That'll really show up so much. It's very light. You can barely see it on the camera. Let me see. I'll try the black. One last one. We'll try the black. There's some shading here. With a night sky, I'll probably be using this black a lot, I'm sure. That's probably the first color to be run out of. I'll just put a little touch of black there. I'll shade that in a little bit. Again, I'm putting this on top of the color pencil, so it's looking a little streaky there, a little. Yeah, because it's black. Maybe you went. Ooh, it looks a little too dark there. It looks so dark on the camera. Let me see here. Let's lift that up. A little shaded down there. Yeah, okay, that's a little better, I think. So go back and lift it up. You can lift it up if you put too much on. So lift up some of that color. Yeah, I'm not liking how the black's looking a little, making it look muddy there. Yeah, so the black on the color pencils, making it looking a little too muddy. So I'll just leave that alone. I had a feeling I was making a mistake when I pulled out the black, but you learn from your mistakes. Yes, I'm not going to use black to shade the skin again because I want it really dark. But yeah, these work very well. Sure. Wow, so there you have it. I'm pretty much finished with this particular page, and I think these soluble crayons really helped finish this up quickly and vibrantly, and a great added layer to my color pencils. All right, so there you have it. Done with this page. So thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.